And before beginning, I would love to hear from you. If you're seeking financial advice or have questions, I put together a very short survey. The link is in the description, and I'm really interested to hear what your single most important financial advice question is. I have terrific financial advice for everyone today as I try to answer how much harder life could get. Most people I've heard say life is getting harder. Okay, fine. The trouble with answering how much harder it could get is that no one is sure why it is getting harder in the first place. Obviously, it's more than one reason. The story goes in that about 1970, globalization took off with full steam and the world has been forever changed. Developing countries claim more difficult lives. Even supposedly developing countries like China claim the last 30 years have been a tough go. Let's look at the US. Here's some quick rub. We monkeys have terrible memories, and looking back even just 50 years is difficult. The data gets a little sparse. Let me shorten the look back to just 30 years. Most people's biggest expense is housing. If life has gotten harder, the first thing to look at is house prices versus incomes. The data does play out there. Over the last 30 years, median personal incomes have risen by a factor of 2.5, while the FHFA house price index popped by a factor of 3.5. It's no wonder financial advice is so much about your house. What does this mean? If you were living in grandma's old house built in 1955 today with about the same dishwasher, stove, and fridge that she had in the 70s, then you are spending quite a bit more for it. If grandma paid 20% of her after-tax income on housing 30 years ago, then you have to shell out 27.5% of your income today. Ouch. Two more big ones. The first one is education. It could be the biggest of all. I found the National Center for Education Statistics reporting college tuition popping by a factor of 4.75 in the last 30 years, almost double the change in your median income. Here is a missing piece in that education stat. Gaining college education means foregoing an income and not contributing to anything in the economy. That is an incredibly bad start for anyone. The education trend may have been one of the worst things for the developed world. The financial advice for the individual didn't seem to work for the gang. Last is healthcare. The US spent 12% of its income on healthcare 30 years ago. Today is spending 17%. Whoops. And where's that money going? Over a third to hospitals. And hospital money? Over half to staff. That's a lot of expensive babysitters. Better keep yourself healthy. Where can it go from here? I really don't know. No one knows. But to avoid these trends as a group, I read we have to be fine in grandma's old house, hire people without random advanced degrees, and stay as far away from the doctor as you can. Thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to fill out the survey in the description if you are after financial advice.